Run it up, touchdown, I'm snapping. In the field with the plays, John Madden. It's a many given Sunday magic.
Let's go. You seen the making of a star, they hear my name and remember me. Just let the record show that I said I'm coming for everything. You seen the making of a star, they hear my name and remember me. Said I'm coming for everything. Good, but to be great, you gotta have confidence. The next level was legend. You gotta have accomplishments. In any league, they considering me dominant. The wrong falls, you know the pit of defeat, bottomless. I was hungry way before I got your support. I hopped off the porch around the time that y'all got awards. Lyrical exercise, this what I call a sport. The fourth bar, brother, but I pushed the rock off the court. I got champion genetics. Champion genetics. Next level. One of the best. Remember me. I am the place. You seen the making of a star, they hear my name and remember me. Remember me. I am the place. Just let the record show that I said I'm coming for everything. I am the place. You seen the making of a star, they hear my name and remember me. Remember me.
DA Sports coverage of the NFL playoffs brings us to the home of the Ravens. Sold out M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore, Maryland. Straight ahead, we punch the second of 2 tickets to the AFC title game, and we've got a great one in store between the Cincinnati Bengals and the Baltimore Ravens. For a berth in the AFC Championship game, off we go in the divisional round of the NFL playoffs. And that one carries out of the side of the end zone here, so it's a touchback and bring it out to the 25.
Here we go. 11. Here we go.
Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
Well, I think after that run, the defense get back in the huddle and looking at each other and maybe starting to question their confidence a bit. They gave up a significant run, 6 yards, and now you're saying to yourself, how do we stop them? And do I have enough confidence to make a play?
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31.
11.
They'll stay on the ground. Mixon again. And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
Third play of this opening drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 3. Now it's Burrow. This goes out wide for Mixon. And he'll be tackled about 2 yards shy of the line to gain. A 1-yard pickup leads to 4th down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
A 40-yard punt, no return, and the Ravens, they'll take over. And now the Bengal defense here calling a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at the 20. They'll start on the ground with Dobbins. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27. Well, you often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
From the 27, Jackson. Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Here's Jackson. The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes. Trey Hendrickson in there to get him for a loss of 9 yards, and that also leads to 4th down. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. Fair catch taken just inside the 40-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Bengals take over 1st and 10. The Bengals drive about to get going. And the last drive, the first drive for them, not very good. 3 and out. What do they go to here?
Well, you don't look down at your play sheet and say, this is what the problem is. Let's find out who my playmakers are. Get the ball in their hands, and maybe the offense will move a little bit better.
Sometimes it's more important to get it to the right people rather than dialing up the right number.
Exactly.
Or the right play.
Here we go.
That too.
Now Burrow on 1st down. A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. And that'll be a free 5 yards for the offense.
Just like a tennis match, that's just an unforced error. Stay alert, don't jump early, and give them free yardage.
So the penalty certainly helps them out as they come up on 2nd and 5. After the penalty, it's Mixon, and he won't get much. Maybe a couple down inside the 35 to the 34. Not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Burrow on 3rd down. Trying to get it to Chase, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And the Bengals are going to take over once again at their own 37-yard line. So the holding call on the offense, so they go ahead and decline that one and take possession of the football on the INT. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 37. Here's Jackson to throw. That's complete. It's Devin Duvernay. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup. That's his first catch of the game and an impressive one against multiple defenders.
And how about that start? Really aggressive. Yeah, there was double coverage out there, but that didn't stop them at all. They went right at it and defeated it on that play.
So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 36. Jackson. That is caught. Rashad Bateman. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. It's another 1st down as they bite off 23 more on that one. Jackson on the give to Dobbins. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
In order to play really good run defense when you're playing a 3-4, those 3 guys up front, the nose tackle and the guys they call the defensive ends, they're usually big people because they're going to have to eat up a lot of blockers because it's usually 5-on-3. And when they do their job well, guys who play on the inside, those inside linebackers, they're able to just roam and hit.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Jackson, nowhere to go here. He lost the football, and the Bengals have recovered it.
With no running backs in the backfield to help pass protect, all the receivers in their patterns, it's going to be hot routes. If they sense a blitz or pressure on the quarterback, they've got to be prepared to break routes off early and get the football. In this case, never even had a chance. They popped the ball free in the backfield.
Burrow's throw into the hands of Sample. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and it'll be 2nd down.
And let's face it, you can put any Halloween costume on him. You're not going to be able to disguise him because for a tight end of his size, it's difficult to sneak him anywhere, but that's what they tried to do. Lined up on his right, tried to work his way back to his left, but just a minimal gain as the defense was able to react quickly.
Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done.
On 1, ready?
Clock running under a minute to go in a scoreless 1st quarter. Mixon with a 1st down carry, and he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Well, sometimes as a running back, you've got to be able to improvise when the hole's not where you expect it to be. But in this case, there wasn't any improvisation that he could do that was going to work. Kind of like if you're trying to be a comedian on open mic night at the Improv and you run into a tough crowd.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. From the shotgun, Joe Burrow. He gets this in the hands of Mixon. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. So the completion good for 6 yards. And it makes it 3rd down and 2 yards to go.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
After 1. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the 1st here. They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. And he's got the 1st down yardage as he brings this up to the 47. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Burrow looking to pass. And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. 2nd down.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Burrow flushed out right. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. David Ojabo buries him for a loss of 11 from his outside linebacker spot. So that'll leave Burrow and the Bengals with a 3rd and long after that sack we just saw. He'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. But the pressure there on third down, forcing the errant pass. Fourth down coming up.
Well, based on what we've seen so far, I don't think you can even call this an off day anymore, partner, because this group we're watching, they are totally out of rhythm, trying to get their game plan up and running. That zero on the scoreboard is glaring down at them with every incompletion.
First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. So possession goes over here on the punt.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going.
And, partner, I know so far, and we're still in the first half, but you love this game as a defensive guy. 0-0. We'll see if the offense can get going on this drive.
Well, you know how they talk about music to your ears? How about what it does for your eyes when you watch something like this, right, where these teams are locked in and going at it, no points going up on the scoreboard? I'm loving it. You're exactly right.
Well, switch over, though, to an offensive mindset for a moment. What do they need to do here to get on track and get some points?
I think a couple of ways. Number one, you pull out something that maybe they haven't seen before. Coaches always talk about unscouted looks. Maybe you give them something that they haven't seen on tape, and now you shock them that way. The second, run your basic playbook, but run it so well that you give your skill position guys a chance to make big plays individually.
Here's a throw right side, taken in by his tight end.
And they're going to get this up to midfield.
They go play action with Jackson. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
This could be the start of a nice stand from this defense now after getting walked backwards on this drive. Come through with another one here, and you have them staring at a 3rd and long, and that puts the defense in a position to dictate to the offense.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. From midfield now, here's Jackson. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Bengals grab it. Taking it right down Broadway. And this is taken into the end zone. A fumble recovery and a Cincinnati touchdown. Second time he's lost a fumble. This one hurts more. It's returned for 6.
He's been under a lot of duress, hasn't he? Pressured, hurried, harassed the whole game.
Well, the offensive line not giving him a lot of help.
Not a lot of help, but the bottom line, he's got to take care of the football.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And that makes the score 7-0. So here's the kickoff now as he'll get it again following that fumble return for a score.
From his end zone, here comes Justice Hill.
And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 18.
He'll start with a handoff to Dobbins.
And he'll power his way up near the 25. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. To throw is Jackson.
It's Dobbins on the out route, bringing it in.
And he is out of bounds right around the 34. 10 yards there, good enough for a Raven first down.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Hey, middle.
Jackson. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Sacks a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long.
No, we change it. That's hot.
Another try after the first down sack. Jackson. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete.
Well, partner, guaranteed they approach this play with the idea of making up ground to make 3rd down manageable. Unfortunately, with that incompletion, right back where they started on the last snap. Now they need a big 3rd down play in order to pick up the yardage needed.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
That's hot. Hey, middle.
Jackson now. And that'll be complete to Dobbins. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. 14 yards is the pickup there, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
Brandon, it certainly looked like they had that play defended well, but it still almost worked. Got it to the running back. He wound up getting really good yardage out of it, but it was 3rd and long, and they were able to rally and stop it before he could get to the marker.
And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. No returning this one. It sails out of bounds, and they'll spot it right at the 20.
Here we go.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And they've got themselves a 7-0 lead here, but that, you recall, was a defensive touchdown, so still nothing as of yet for this offense.
Well, they're happy to have the lead. We've got to cut them a little bit of slack. It's still early enough, just a couple of drives so far, but if this one goes nowhere, those adjustments that we talk about, they shouldn't wait for halftime. They should go ahead and start working on them right now.
Here we go.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20.
11 MC paint. 11 MC paint. 11. Hey, we gotta go forward.
Burrow going to give this to Mixon. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
Here we go. 12.
On 3rd down, Burrow. Open receiver, that's Hayden Hurst, the tight end. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. Excellent play there on 3rd down. Give him 25 yards.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down, and I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a 1st down.
12 more yards there and another 1st down.
That's pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at them and let your big horse charge up the middle.
Here we go.
Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all, challenging that defense, and on that go-around, the offense won the challenge. Burrow going to get this into the hands of Mixon, his running back. And they'll wind up getting this to the 37, gain of 9.
And a nice gain and a broken tackle along the way, and really we shouldn't be surprised, should we? That's what runners do, especially the best ones. They break tackles and gain extra yardage.
To throw again on 2nd down. Burrow toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done. The Bengals passing game finding a rhythm. They've got another 1st. Seems as if the passing attack's starting to heat up a little bit here in the 2nd quarter.
You can sense and you can see the momentum because now they're reading their patterns downfield, they're understanding the coverages, and they're finding the open holes in the defense.
They will throw on 1st down with Burrow. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. So very close to a turnover there in the end zone.
It sort of looks like they still have some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But if this defense gets 2 more stops, they can keep them out of that area.
They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So tackle him.
Now here's a timeout as they're going to get it with 8 seconds remaining here in the first half. So on 3rd down, the field goal unit will come out as they'll try to get 3 before half. From the right hash, it's a 35-yard attempt. McPherson's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So a capper there to a pretty good first half.
And I love the way that they put a chokehold on the clock and pretty much drained everything before they put the field goal on the board as they headed into the half.
Hill is going to take it out of the end zone.
So it's on to halftime in this AFC divisional round matchup. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. Win or go home, that's the name of the game, and we're back underway with the second half of this AFC divisional round.
Well, you don't see that often. He just mishit it, and it goes out of bounds.
Well, I know sitting up here, and I'm looking at you, and you're looking at me, and I know we're both thinking the same thing. Isn't it easy enough to keep it between the sidelines? Because unless you're intentionally doing it for some reason, well, that's a costly mishit, and now you put your team in a bad spot.
Looking deep downfield, and incomplete on the deep ball.
I'm sure this isn't a novel thought, but maybe run some simpler routes instead of trying to get it all back in one shot. Defense certainly appears to be ready for them. Try and get it back little by little instead of in big chunks.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Now it's Jackson.
That's taken in by Duvernay. And they're going to get this up to midfield. And now following the completion, we're going to get a stoppage here for an injury. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. And now the Bengal defense here calling a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. And a nickel look here for the Bengals as they try to defend this on 3rd. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And he's got his tight end. That's Andrews.
And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And Jackson throwing once more. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line.
A give. Dobbins trying the right side.
And he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop him behind the line.
Not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. And now that brings up 4th down there, a loss of 6 yards on the sack.
Justin Tucker on the field goal. A 59-yard attempt.
Tucker's kick is good, and they get themselves on the board here. It's 10-3.
So they were facing the deficit coming out of the locker room at intermission, and at least they're able to get the field goal to cut into that deficit.
Yeah, now your offense feels pretty good about itself, right? A little bit more up to speed coming out of the break. You turn to your defense now and say, hey, we got 3 there. We're chipping into the lead. Can you help us out? Hold them. Let's get the ball back for us.
The Bengals drive about to get going. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. They'll start here with a give to Mixon. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the 1st down run goes backwards. Burrow will throw.
Man open, that's Jamar Chase complete.
And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. 22 yards there, a 1st down. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
So no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly.
Here we go.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Here's Burrow setting up to throw it.
Finding Mixon here again on back-to-back plays.
They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense put pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
11 MT, 11 MT.
Throwing again, it's Burrow. And he's got Hurst, his tight end. And he's going to be taken down with the 1st down at the Ravens' 27-yard line. Well, that's one way to convert on 3rd down, picking up 26 yards.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
11 mighty, 11 MT, take.
From the gun, a give to Mixon. And his rough afternoon continues. He's going nowhere again.
Stopped by the safety, Kyle Hamilton.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
11.
On 2nd down, Burrow.
This goes out wide from Mixon. And they're going to move it down inside the 25.
I know it was a gain, but you have to sense probably a little bit of disappointment there because when it's out there in open space, I think they expect to get more out of a play, don't you?
Especially when you're getting it to your guy out of the backfield. You're expecting him to be able to create something, be a little more shifty.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Good open field tackling held it to an okay gain.
Now it's Burrow. And that will be incomplete.
They really had a good drive going there, but a nice recovery by the defense these past few downs, able to knock that one away on 3rd down and bring up what I think for the offense, an unexpected 4th down here.
So on 4th down, off goes Burrow. On comes Evan McPherson for the Bengal field goal.
On his first, this from 41. McPherson's kick is good, and they will stretch their lead to 10 now at 13-3. So the lead extended. I think at this point you say, hey, defense, take us to the end.
Well, if I got some good music to put to that, I could have a good country hit. I like the way you expressed yourself there. I think the offense has done enough so far. But like you say, if your defense is only giving up 3 points, makes it a lot easier to settle for field goals on this side of the ball.
The Ravens take over first and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They trail by 10, 13-3 as they come up on a 1st and 10.
Change it.
The drive will commence with a run by J.K. Dobbins.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
Brings up 2nd and 3.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Jackson. He gets this underneath to Dobbins. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 22 yards on the catch and run, a 1st down.
A great job there, and that old cliche, take it where the defense gives you, comes right into play. Nothing too out of the ordinary about the throw. Just a little dump off over the middle. But what it is out of the ordinary is what he did with it after the catch. Not only did he grab the ball, but how about the significant yardage he picked up after he pulled it in.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
His impatience has to be bubbling over, trying to find a way to get his team to the end zone for the first time. He did find a way to break contain and get outside to buy his receivers a little extra time, but the connection couldn't be made on that throw.
2nd and 10 here as we sit in the 3rd quarter of this divisional round matchup. Now Jackson. Looking for Bateman. He's got him complete. And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
Now what we're seeing, this is much better from this offense because so far in this game, no touchdown to this point. And what's usually a direct correlation? Very few explosive plays. That's been their issue. Not able to make that big shot downfield or break one off, but a nice game there for a 1st down.
For more there on 1st down, but this throw downfield incomplete.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already, and it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
We're in Baltimore, 3rd quarter action, 2nd and 10. They'll run up the gut with Dobbins. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this 3rd quarter. 1 quarter remains for the right to advance to the AFC title game. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Go.
Right back to Dobbins on 1st. And he'll get what he can up the middle, 3 yards. That'll bring up 2nd down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that field like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
From the 24, Jackson. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And they're going to get this down inside the 15.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. And they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete.
His back has been a dependable safety valve all game, so he went back to him when his first read was covered. Just unable to connect, so the play results in no gain.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. To throw is Jackson. And it's caught. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. To throw again is Jackson. And he's going to be swallowed up and taken down. Sacked back at the 5-yard line.
Hey, report! Report! Yo.
At the 5-yard line.
Now flags come in. I think one of the Ravens got going a little early. Things made a little more difficult after the false start as they try again on 2nd and goal. Jackson. Quick hitter here. It's complete. Touchdown. Tyrell Williams from 10 yards out. And the Ravens have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th. Tucker with the extra point. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
I'm wondering.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And this has been a tight game to this point. Of course, they usually are at this juncture of the playoffs. But with the lead in the football, the clock right now their friend as they try to book their spot in the conference championship next Sunday. And he's got a Bengals 1st down as he gets it up past the 35. So 4th quarter, a nice run there to start this drive. Charles, what do you think the split will be here between run and pass?
Well, partner, I think it'll lean towards the run, but this is also not a time where you just totally do that. You still have to possess the ball, move the sticks, and keep the clock moving as well. So they'll run their offense, but yeah, when they have a chance to run it, they'll do that a little bit more.
Back to Mixon on 1st down. And some nifty running here as he'll take this across midfield and down to the 47. 55 rushing yards, rushing on 12 carries for him now. I guess he was saving his best for last, so to speak. Longest run of the day coming here in the 4th quarter right there.
And that type of run makes for a better night for him and his teammates, doesn't it? To be able to produce this late in the game can lead to some big smiles and satisfaction in the locker room after this one's over.
Defensively, a solid response after giving up back-to-back 1st downs.
When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
Here we go.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
Back-to-back 1-yard runs here, so that leaves him with a 3rd down and 8.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. From the shotgun, Joe Burrow. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted.
Kyle Hamilton picks it, and the Ravens are right back in this football game.
A seismic shift in momentum here in the fourth quarter. That's the break that the defense needed.
And you know as well as I do, people are going to question the play call in that situation. Sometimes you have to question the execution, not necessarily the call. And in this case, those defenders found a way to give their team a chance.
After the interception, here's Jackson. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete.
Partner, for once in my life, I'll be succinct. In a one-possession game, every single stop like that could be a difference maker.
From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. Jackson now. That is caught. Rashad Bateman. The catch and run going to wind up netting him 33 yards.
That could very well be a defining play in this game. A touchdown, that gives them the lead, and they took a major step towards getting there with that big play right there.
They'll throw on 1st down with Jackson. And that'll be complete to Dobbins. And they'll work this down inside the 30. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the fourth. On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. Targeting Dobbins again, and he's got it again. And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line.
Sometimes it's hard to figure, but you can live with incompletions in this situation. You can't live with these short gains and take time off the clock.
You know who loves it? This defense. Throwing, Jackson. Oh, no, he lost the football. And the Bengals grab it. And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. The 30, the 20. And they will finally get to him, but a great return has set him up 1st and goal at the 5.
And whatever happened to the days of just getting a fumble recovery? Everyone's into taking it the other way and trying to create points themselves, aren't they?
Well, they are, and now a terrific opportunity inside the 5. The Bengals going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the 1st down.
Here we go.
They'll give it to Mixon. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop it right around the 1. Another yard would probably put this thing in the books. It's 2nd and 1. Another try for Mixon, and that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as it'll come with 36 seconds to go in half number 2.
On 2, ready?
A big one coming in this divisional round playoff, 3rd and goal. Here's Mixon. And he'll keep working toward that end zone as he's down to about the 2-yard line. Now a second timeout called for by the defense, as they'll stop him with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. So the field goal unit is on the field, as this is a big spot right here. This to swell the lead to 6. McPherson's kick is good, and the drive will wind up yielding 3. So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. Right now they're on the wrong end of the scoreboard, and that won't change if this drive ends like the last one when they had that lost fumble. So you have a feeling taking care of the football certainly paramount right now.
Yeah, and it's not just the guy who dropped it on the last drive, is it? That means everyone who might touch...
On a huge mistake late, it's intercepted. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. And the Bengals have just about sewn up this football game. Well, you knew you had to take some chances here with the clock winding down, needing a touchdown to win it, and that one might have just sealed their fate.
Yeah, and that's the nature of the 2-minute drill. The offense trying to go downfield and make their plays. But defenses, they're sitting back watching everything that they do, but not too far back. They want to be in position to make a play on the ball, and that they did.
The Bengals go down to a knee in the victory formation. And they're moving on to the conference championship. How about this?
What a tremendous feeling to get to the game that can get you to the Super Bowl. A fantastic season. Unfortunately, for the other team, a tough, tough way for it to end.
My Brooklyn, go see Chirac, Southside, C12, 911, grrr to the reality, we still outside. Mine on the riches, hard in the trenches. You can't throw dirt on the underground, we thrive in it. Ghana boys stocks on the rise, Charlie, this flex know they ready. See, we went on the ride nobody wave, we the ones who started with it. Translation, Yanni had to buy, Yanni had Yanni hits. This goes so hard, even the ops go with it, That's how you know we lit. Grrr,
trust, me taking no loss. We be the hottest on the scene. Gemstones from the dust. Big dog with your leash. Was the love in the streets. Got my heart on the beat. See that blood on my sheets. Yeah, when me ready, me hit it heavy. I zoom out the pride of my people already. Tell my shit Ellie, me I'm just